Good morning and welcome to your daily morning horoscope for Friday 19th June 2026 Aries. A project that you're rather excited about could require some intense solitary work. You might sometimes feel as if the walls are closing in, but you need to concentrate in order to get the best possible results. You'll also need to take occasional breaks to clear your head. Nonetheless, you're likely to be happy with what you have accomplished by the end of the day. Taurus, have you been spending a lot of time pushing your body physically? If so, you may be feeling the effects today. Muscle aches and exhaustion could be taking their toll on you. Forget about projects and the chores that take care of yourself for a while. Try to get some rest. You won't be any good to anyone if you make yourself a martyr. Tomorrow you should be your old self. Gemini, a troubled night with little sleep could have you feeling out of sorts and not like doing much socializing. Work on the projects at home alone where you can stop and take a nap if you want. Your concentration may not be what it usually is, but if you isolate yourself from distractions, you should be happy with what you accomplish. In the meantime, please take care of yourself. Cancer, perhaps you were able to see friends or neighbors a day or two ago, but today you don't feel like socializing. Nerve strain and other stresses might leave you more in the mood to be alone. However, since your friends could be connected with your business, you won't want to shut them out. The best thing to do is to stay in close communication with them. Leo, you probably aren't going to feel very social today. In fact, you're likely to want to go on work with projects, tasks alone if you can. This might be a good day for you since you probably need to concentrate without being distracted. Still, you should get out among friends and other people during the day. You might want to be alone, but you still need to feel like you do belong. Virgo, the need to concentrate may necessitate that you isolate yourself in order to fully focus on task. This is fortunate because you'll probably accomplish a lot more than you would otherwise and be satisfied with what you've done. Those in authority should be pleased with you. Take care not to nibble while you work. You could eat too much of the wrong thing and feel the effects later. Libra, research on a subject related to a project could have you head into a place where you can read without being constantly distracted. Your concentration is high and you're likely to accomplish a lot in that regard. Although you might not find the material as interesting as you'd think, the quality of work you produce is going to get the attention of many people. Scorpio, today you might spend a lot of time running errands. You should run into friends, neighbors, but probably won't feel like stopping to talk to them. You're apt to be working on something important that you'll want to get back to as soon as possible. Traffic or other delays could get in the way. However, don't make yourself go crazy. Go with the flow. You'll accomplish anything that you want. Sagittarius, other responsibilities could force you to postpone work on personal projects that mean a lot to you. This could be frustrating and you're likely to want to sequester yourself with whatever you need to do. Getting the problem resolved is very much on your mind. You'll be able to do this as long as you don't let frustrations get the best of you. Capricorn, stress from overwork could have you feeling weaker than usual. You might be tempted to stay at home, get some rest and recoup your energy. Do this if you can. Otherwise, you may not be able to give the project the concentration that it needs, and therefore you may not accomplish as much as you think you should. If you feel you can't stay home, try to work alone so you won't be distracted. Aquarius, you might feel a little gloomy today and perhaps have no idea why. It might be a good idea to retrace your steps for the past days or so. Look within to find out if anything you may have seen could have awakened consciousness in your mind. What a relief if this is the case. Release the traumas from the past and you'll feel like the heavy weight has come off your shoulders. Pisces, one of your closest friends could be in a rotten mood today and this person might be short without everyone and not inclined to communicate why. This could be due to more personal reasons than the title, and if anything to do with you or anyone else. You'll probably decide to leave him or her alone to work things out and get on with your own business. This is the wisest course of action to save peace for the day. This has been your daily morning horoscope for Friday, 19th June 2026. Do have yourself a great and wonderful day.
It's Friday. Good morning, guys. How are you doing? Welcome to the DBS Morning Show with me, Maureen. Well, of course, you know the drill. The weekend is here. We're getting excited. I'm trying to keep it calm because I normally get very excited over the weekend. It means I'm going to have like a 2-day rest period before I come back. Not that I don't miss you guys, but it's necessary, you know. But let's see what our news department has got for us. We'll be back.
Good morning. Time now for the news. My name is Timothy Paulion. Sorrow gripped the Ancillary Catholic Church on Thursday as hundreds, including her 3-year-old daughter, gathered to pay their final respects to Joy Santoma, who was murdered on May the 20th, 2026 at the age of 24. The killing has sent shockwaves throughout the society and pleads for a search for solutions that will curb gender-based violence.
For us that were blessed to know her, she truly embodied those gifts every single day of her life. Yet today we stand in the painful shadow of a tragedy that should have never happened, that no family should ever have to bury a daughter for a life that was taken through the act of gender-based violence, a cruel, a senseless injustice that has reaped a hole in this family, in this community that may never fully close. There are no words wide enough to hold the kind of loss. While we mourn the future that was stolen from her, the birthdays Joy will not see, the milestones she will not reach, the woman she was still becoming, we also rise today to celebrate the beautiful life she lived and the love she shared so freely. Though her voice has been silenced, her story will continue to speak louder than the violence that tried to erase her.
We continue with the broadcast with news that's starting this month. St. Lucian households and businesses face a phased water rate hike of over 37%, while hotels and marine vessels will see their bills jump by a steep 76%. To ensure consumers get what they pay for, the National Utilities Regulatory Commission is placing WASCO under strict oversight, mandating rigid performance targets and legally assigning in managing funds specifically for the John Compton Raw water pipeline upgrade.
The new rates follow an independent consultant review and extensive public consultations aimed at balancing the utility's operational survival with consumer affordability. The domestic water base rate for households using under 2,000 gallons remains frozen at $24.42 to protect vulnerable consumers. Higher tires and other major sectors are facing a steep, phased two-part rate hike, hitting this month and again in January 2027. Under the newly approved schedule, domestic consumption above 2,000 gallons, alongside commercial and government rates, will increase by over 37%. For average households hitting the first domestic tire, water costs rise from $12.21 to $16.77 this month, eventually reaching $23.03 next year. Meanwhile, hotels and marine vessels will bear the heaviest adjustment, with a phased 76% increase, forcing a hotel's base rate from $73.10 up to $128.78 this June, before ultimately climbing to over $226. Sewage consumption charges are mirroring this exact trend, applying a phased 37% increase to domestic, commercial, and government tires, while hotel sewer rates jump by 76% over the same two periods. During public consultations across the island, stakeholders expressed a willingness to pay higher rates, but strictly on the condition of demonstrable service improvements and stricter utility accountability, according to the NERC. In response, the Commission is placing WASCO on a tight leash, mandating a newly negotiated service standards agreement that forces the utility to hit strict performance targets regarding water loss reductions, network upgrades, and faster responses to customer complaints. To ensure compliance, the regulator is establishing a dedicated monitoring and enforcement unit, while legally barring WASCO from submitting anything less than fully updated, audited financial statements moving forward. The financial oversight extends directly into operational transparency, with WASCO now required to submit quarterly reports tracking everything from water quality and service interruptions to detailed administrative and marketing expenses. Furthermore, a specific portion of the new revenue is being legally ring-fenced to directly address critical infrastructure. Of the approved rates increase, 5.83% from domestic, commercial, and government bills, alongside 11.08% from hotels and marine vessels, will be locked into a dedicated John Compton Dam Pipeline Special account. These funds can exclusively be used for replacing and upgrading critical raw water pipelines connected to the dam. Wasco is strictly prohibited from redirecting these funds for any other purpose without prior written approval from the Commission, ensuring that consumers see the higher utility bills translated directly into a more reliable water supply. For the DBS News World, Miriam Montoute reporting.
And the chairman of the NERC explains the methodology and other measures that influenced the Commission to grant Wasco a tariff increase.
The NERC is duty-bound to look at this from a scientific perspective, evidence-based, considering all the parameters, including the costs of the operator. We, of course, have to look at the impact on the consumers and the customers.
That's the news. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Join us at noon for our next news major, the Lunchtime Report. I'm Timothy Polion. Good morning.
Right. Thanks, guys. Short break. We'll be back. Right. We have some action happening cycling-wise on the weekend. Here's Mr. Mangal to enlighten us. We see that this weekend something amazing is happening. The work is continuing to be put in. So persons can't say that the Cycling Association is not doing its work. It certainly is been creating the platform, maybe quietly so, but yeah. And I know you like keeping it that way, but certainly we have to continue to keep it in the public space as well, you know, because it's important for people to stay abreast with what's happening. So let's talk about what's happening on the weekend. It's got 2 days of cycling happening. You're going to have to break it down for me, how this works.
Well, usually most federations affiliated to the International Cycling Union has to have a national championships.
Okay.
And you must have it by the last day in June.
Oh.
So basically we're having it this weekend.
Right.
For the elite, that's the seniors, 19 years and over, and the juniors also. Although we have the juveniles participating also.
Okay.
So this weekend we'll have on Saturday at 7, we will have the individual time trial over 24 kilometers. For somebody who don't know what the individual time trial is usually called the race of truth. Okay. Basically, you ride by yourself on a set distance to do the time.
Right.
So basically, we'll start by the Sol gas station, go up to Millennium Highway, the roundabout by the hospital, go back to Cul-de-sac and back. That would be 1 lap.
Wow.
Which covers 8 kilometers. So the juniors and the seniors will do 3 laps covering 24 kilometers.
Wow.
The riders will live at 1 minute intervals. So that means they don't ride and shelter from the wind with each other.
Okay.
So it's like called cheating. So you have to do your time on your own. So the person with the best time. So in other words, you start at 1 minute intervals and you subtract whoever comes second, you subtract a minute to get the time for everybody.
Wow.
So you're not supposed to catch or follow behind in the slipstream of another rider.
That's interesting.
So it's nice race the individual time trial. People sometimes don't understand it, but it shows you how strong you are.
You are. That's endurance,
so
man.
So it's that's a set distance. So this will be held from 7 a.m. Hopefully should be finished by 8:30. Really? We don't have a big bunch this year. Okay. Unfortunately we have not had many local races. We have only had 1 time trial earlier in the year. But we've been working with some young kids in Viewfort, and we're hoping to come to Castries for the summer to deal with it. But that's for the time trial. And the road race is the same route, but the seniors and juniors will be doing 13 laps to cover 104K. So they will be doing that 13 times and finish. So we hope that race might last between 3.5 to 4 hours for the winner. And the winner, the juniors, like the first 3 juniors and the first elite. We also have those who are 17 and under can do for 48K.
Wow.
And so that is what is happening on this weekend. So
and it's the same route, the Millennium.
Yeah.
What is so that means we can expect as a motorist traversing that road on the weekend.
Well, the police is on board to control the roundabouts. I mean, they'll try and use unnecessary traffic. Traffic to the hospital will be allowed, but if it's not necessary, you'll have to use an alternative route.
Well, that's vital information for a road user as well, a driver moving. Where are we about, Mr. Mangal, in terms of, you said that we're not seeing too much of the numbers for the Saturday race. Are we... What is our reality when it comes to cycling on the island?
We have to start from small, from 10 years. I could show you some videos of what later on what we do in Viewfort with the schools 10 years and under, 15 and under. So we're doing a basic skills program now. But one of the major issue is cycling, and we have expressed it, and I'm so disappointed that it's an issue for us in terms of protection for having cycle races.
Oh, yeah.
When I rode, it cost, we had the police for free. We're in a different reality. I started cycling at St. Mary's College, where we had a race to Pigeon Point and back. That's almost like impossible. And the traffic department is kind of tight.
Right.
And it costs. So it costs us money to host the race just to get the police as security. We do go to free. We have asked time and again that an allocation be made, that we could get a sponsor or something, but the first thing we have to do is pay for the security and the police on the race, and we don't make any money on that. And that's why we don't have much races, and we did ask for an allocation to do that. It hasn't come through, and we're disappointed, because when you do an entry-level bike which costs $600 US or something, for us, it is that you need to have at least 2 races a month to be successful in the sport of cycling.
Yeah.
And if you're doing road cycling. And the safety on the road is another issue. We try to do that. So we're trying to go back to grass track, like St. Mary's College had a little race, Plainview had a little race on the field. I mean, I could share that, but like you said, quietly, we come in, we have the road in both issue area. But fundamentally, if people invest in a bicycle, people want to race.
You want to ride.
And if I look at Martin calendar, when you see a calendar, you have like 4 races a month. And all we're asking is 2. You're not going to be competitive and reach at a high level if you don't have many races.
Yes.
And the safety. You have older guys who ride, and some of them don't want to race, but just do it for fitness. But it's kind of small. It's not that small, because when we had more support of public, but there were not a huge amount of cyclists. But the potential is there, and if we cannot race on the road. The cost of it is a hindrance for us.
I want to normalize us not just going on competition route, because a lot of the times our mindset is like that. If competition is announced and we don't see certain artists, all of a sudden we drop them for the season. But that shouldn't be, because there's some artists that is there, they have music that is contributing to the art form. And one such artist is J Mouse. Most of you will remember Hurt It. Everybody hurt, right? That's what we know J Mouse at. But he's been away for a while in Trinidad, honing his craft, and I like to see when people is pouring into themselves. So we caught up with him, and we profited the opportunity to, welcome him back home. And he's back on the scene, man. Welcome, J Mouse. Listen, this man walked into my studio this morning, and I did not make him out until he sent the music to my email, and I'm opening up the email to check the music, and I'm seeing J Mouse. I said, about J Mouse, that is you. we know you was a little itsy-bitsy.
Yeah.
Hurt it. Somebody say hurt. Aye. So that's the man right here. He's back on the scene. Was away for a while working on your craft.
Yeah.
You're dabbling in some Trinidad and back home.
Yeah, back and
working
forth
on your craft. Tell me about it. Since you gave us Hurt It, walk us to the journey. You're back this year. You come on with 2 J Mouse style music this year again. That's definitely going to keep the road rocking.
Yeah.
Tell me what's been going on with you.
Well, I've been working on myself, not just my craft, but myself also.
Right.
Trying and find myself as an artist, the type of artist I want to be.
Right.
You understand? I want people to understand me as an artist also, in terms of branding and imaging.
Right.
You understand? So over the past years, I've been working on that, working on my craft and myself also, to better myself and see where I want to see myself. I don't just want to do music for it to stay just here in St. Lucia.
Right.
I want to take it out to the world. I want my music to speak for itself. So that's why I take time and focus in on what I do and how I put it out.
Right.
You understand?
How has Trinidad been helping with that?
Well, Trinidad been helping with that in a big way. Shaping up J-Mouse and showing J-Mouse what it is to be an artist, what it takes. The amount of work you have to put in to be that artist you want to be. You can't just say like, yeah boy, drop a song and yeah, you is that big artist.
Yeah.
And that's what go on if majority of us in St. Lucia, we does get the concept wrong.
Yeah.
You understand? We have one song and feel like, yeah, we is the bomb. But our craft, it need a lot of work. You understand? And I understand that as an artist, and I take time and work on my music. Like this year there, those 2 songs I had there, I take my time and work on it, especially the pan song.
I love it. I love the pan song. You're going to give us a little bit in a minute, but I love it.
I made effort to collaborate on that song in particular because I see that song could be something bigger than what it is.
Yeah.
Just the topic. When I had the topic, I see it could be bigger than just coming and putting it on a local level.
Yes, yes.
You understand? I had that topic about 4 years now, you know. And I say, J-Mouse, that song, you cannot just rush that song.
You have to take your time.
You have to take your time and improvise and see where you want to carry that song and how you want to carry it around.
Right.
You understand? And I don't know if you know Happier.
I know Happy.
Writer.
The writer.
And I went to him one day and I tell him, hey, I have that topic. That was last year. And he tell me, J-Mouse, take your time on that song. That song is a big song. That topic is a big topic. You see, if you take your time and write that song the right way, compose it the right way, put it in a pan version, that song will be a great song, and it is what it is today.
Absolutely. The construction of the song, you guys probably don't hear it. We hear it for the first time this morning. We got to listen to it, and I just love it. So give us a little bit. You know you have to do us a little bit of the pan song.
For sure.
You got to give DBS Morning Show a little bit of that.
Yeah, when you're ready for it.
One time, let's go.
I have a hammer made out of steel. I learned to tune a little pan down in Trini. She says she want to hold it, see if it real. But when you talk about Iron Man, just talk about me. Woy, when I itchy ping pong, pitting pong when I spin she wrong and gish that and she go down flat and come up back. Woy, 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 when I itchy ping pong, pitting pong when I spin she wrong and gish that and she go down flat and come up back. Woy, from the hills I come down, looking for a steel drum. All the pan and them tune up, but something I do get pong. Tool belt on me waist, beating around the place till this Yankee woman jump on me case. I have a hammer made out of steel. I learned to tune a little pan down in Trini. She says she want to hold it, see if it real. But when you talk about Iron Man, just talk about me. Woy, when I itchy ping pong, pitting pong when I spin she wrong and gish that and she go down flat and come up back. Woy, 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 when I itchy ping pong, pitting pong when I spin she wrong and gish that and she go down flat and come up back.
Oh gosh, man, you're gonna love it.
The woman bring a pan and mama beat it, but when I start to pong, she tell me say she have a secret. She don't play with herself and she don't go play with no band. She tell me the pan belong to she husband.
All right. Jay, welcome back home, man. Let's see what the season brings for you.
Yeah, man.
And, you know, how can we follow the movement? Huh?
Yeah, you could follow me on social media. Facebook, Claudius, J-Mouse Edmund. Instagram, J-Mouse758. TikTok, J-Mouse758. And also subscribe to YouTube, J-Mouse.
Absolutely.
You understand?
Big up you, man. Any take home? Any take home for your people, your fans?
Yeah, I want to big up everybody who been encouraging J-Mouse to come out there, come back on the music scene. I want to big up people from Cooley Town, Georgeville, Soufre, and the rest of St. Lucia. You understand? Big up also yourself, Marine. I'm so grateful to be here with you today.
Absolutely. You already know what time it is.
Yeah,
man.
And big up the whole management team behind J-Mouse, St. Lucia, and Trinidad.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Big up you, man. Big up you. It's Friday, you're going out into an awesome weekend. Listen, it's going to be a wonderful weekend, whatever it is you choose to do. But you see, by next week there, so it's going to be like a full week into another. Listen, it's getting there. So you know what I want you to not compromise on? Pouring back into yourself and your well-being. So let's go with me. SocaCize is up this morning. We're going to have a good time. Let's work out.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this morning's SocaCize session. Leading the wine, we have Sarah, Laurie, and Shani. Let's get ready to sweat with SocaCize. For this morning's workout, we will be doing a wine and tone routine to Moonlight by TJ. Let's begin.
One cell, let them know this.
So we're going to just move the hips side to side. We're going to go down and up, down. Nice and gentle, and up. Hip, hit, and. And you squeeze in the core. 4, 3, 2, next side, and. 4, 3, 2, hip, going up and down. Up, 2, 3, roll it. Again, hip, roll it. Give yourself some love. Down. Take it up. Side. Expensive park, some gal na no talk, touchy spark, fi massage your body na no flaws. 4, 3, 2, switch, and. She said, our last boyfriend a all star, cause him lazy and always love talk. 4, 3, 2, hip, up and down. Roll it. Hip. Roll it. And love. Take it up. Hip and. 4, 3, 2, next side, and. 4, 3, 2, hip, up and down, and. Roll it. Next side, hip. Roll it. Give yourself some love. Take it up. That was this morning's session. Thank you for choosing to flaunt with SocaCize. We hope that you're feeling sexy, sultry, and strong.
Watch that. You see that? You see the different colors? Oh, they're just so unique. I've never seen these, yeah? There's another one, you know. You could run with me, you want to come with me? We go. Hold on, let me show them. Look at that. Look at the hibiscus color. I don't understand. Look at these pastel colors. They're gorgeous. Oh my, how they get? Listen, you got to admit it's beautiful, isn't it? You know, that's just, let that be a reminder to just taking some nature today. I ain't giving you no long set of things to go home with. It's a weekend, yes, and I could go on a long rant with you and speech with you. I could, you know, I could chastise you in my thing. I'm not doing that today. I'm just simply saying to you, nature is beautiful, and you can learn a lot from nature. Eh? When you observe nature, there's a lot that God did this thing really, really well. There's a lot in nature that you could, when you look at life, you could translate it into there. So pay a little bit more attention to nature today. Oh, I don't have a smell, but it does have little bees, so if you be careful, a little bees could go into your nose. Don't do like me, but wow. Enjoy your weekend, guys. You're here, you've got life. Make the most of it. Happy weekend.